I'm ready. We are here. Welcome to the live stream. I go by FD White, aka Crypto Funds. Here we go. Haven't live streamed in a minute, man. So this should be fun. Let me adjust my seat, adjust my mic. Bitcoin is on the move, so I'm feeling good. Woke up this morning, I ain't really feel that good, man. Not gonna lie, didn't really feel that good, but I'm feeling a lot better now that Bitcoin is getting some type of pump. Make sure we good. The gym was good, man. The gym was cool. Let me find my charger for my phone. Hold on. Oh, here we go. So I went to the gym this morning. It was cool. So that was fun. Got to make sure I hit the gym every morning. So we good, man. We live, man. Welcome to the live stream. I go by FD White, aka Crypto Funds. Thank you for stopping in. And let's talk crypto. Let's talk Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin is pumping out of this symmetrical triangle. We're trying to break out of this symmetrical triangle, trying to get back to that $44,500 level that I've been eyeing for the past couple weeks. That's what I've been eyeing for the past couple of weeks. So I want to try to get up there, see how we react above there. So the whole thing is like if you look on, crypto Twitter, you look on crypto YouTube or, anywhere where they're, posting charts, posting all these things, they got all these indicators, all these different explanations, all these other different things that they're looking at, man. It's really simple. It's really super simple, man. Right now, we are in a range. 40,500, 44,500. Really, that's the range. That's the range. If we hold this if we come up here, break out, hold this as support, we're going back up to our highs, our yearly highs at about 49,000. If we lose that 40,500 area, hold that as resistance, we're going back to the $38,000 level. It's really that simple. All this stuff in between here is just a range. It's just a range. And don't let nobody tell you different. We had a couple deviations, but really it's just a range. Top, bottom. Top, midpoint, deviation, top, deviation, midpoint, back to the bottom, deviation below. Now we're back in basically at the midpoint. So we're getting a little bit bullish, but we're not getting super bullish. Alts are not going to fly until we break this 44,500 level and hold that as support. So that is all I'm looking at. That's all I want to see right now. We're getting a nice little pump. We are up almost 1%. So we came back down. I should have longed here along this upward sloping trend line. I did not, but it's cool because in trading and investing, mainly trading, it's always another trade. It's always another trade. So that's what I'll be looking at. We got a plethora of things that we can trade, a plethora of coins, plethora of opportunity. So we're not really tripping on something that we miss. We talked about KAS a couple days ago. It's up almost 10% today. Still inside of a channel, so we're not getting too bullish yet. Solana, we had the outage of Solana yesterday for about 6 hours, came down to about, I think like $93, $92, bounced right back. So that just shows strength. So what's that showing me? That Solana is going to be very, very strong this bull run. Like the blockchain was down for 6 hours. It went down like 4%, but now it's recovered and it's up, almost a percentage. So, or 0.5%. So that's just telling me that Solana is destined to do very well. A lot of people are saying that Bitcoin is going over 100,000, Ethereum's going over 10,000, and Solana is going to reach over like 300 or 400. There's no way in the world that if Bitcoin goes over 100,000, that Solana will only be at $300 or $400. It's going to surpass all-time high. It's probably going to double its all-time high. is what I'm thinking. So we'll be looking at Solana. I'm very in tune to what's going on at the Solana ecosystem with the DPN inside the Solana ecosystem. I'm very much in tune to that. So we will keep our eye on that. Right now, we're just going to focus on Bitcoin for a minute. Bitcoin is trying to break out of this symmetrical triangle. I mean, we can even draw it like this though as well. So we'll have to monitor this. I don't like to trade until we get some type of clear, defined direction. So, like I said, we're still in this range. Here, the green line is support, the red line is resistance. So, I'm really not trying to get into any Bitcoin trades right now. If I did get into a Bitcoin trade, it would have been around this area here at about 42,800 because we touched this line so many times, all up in here, all up in here. This morning, I seen it was at like 42,000, like 900. I was gonna long it, but you know, you snooze, you lose. You snooze, you lose. So I snooze and I lost. So we'll have to try to find a better entry. I mean, if we break out, I'm going to actually zoom in to the 15. So what I'm gonna say is, for my Bitcoin trade, what I'll be looking at a breakout of this symmetrical triangle, possibly a retest on a lower term time frame with a nice looking candle, and then a blast up possibly back to our highs at about 44,500. So that'll be one of the things that I'm looking at if I want to get into a short term trade for Bitcoin. But other than that, like a nice hefty trade, I won't be looking for something until 44,500. The overall market is pretty green right now. We got Ethereum up 2%. Ethereum did pretty good yesterday. Solana, like I said, is up. KAS is up. We're going to look at those in a minute. ADA is down. I'm not sure if we had some bad news or something, but ADA has really not been moving. AVAX is up almost 3%. XRP not moving. It's a stable coin at 50 cents. So it's really, we're going to talk about XRP, but it's really nothing to talk about for XRP. You know, every time I make an XRP video, I get a lot of views. I get a lot of comments. I get a lot of hate. Even though I keep telling y'all, like, I've been in XRP since late 2020. I got the Flare airdrop. You know what I mean? I got the Flare airdrop. I've been holding XRP for a minute. So it's not really that I'm hating on XRP. I'm just a realist. Do I think XRP is going to $100? Absolutely not. Not no time soon. Of course not. But I do think it's going to do pretty good. So it's just taking a little bit of time. Chainlink is up 1%, still holding above that $18 mark. Stacks, of course, is doing good since Bitcoin is going up. WLD, what is W? Is that WorldCoin? I think that's WorldCoin is up 6%. So the overall market is pretty green. Stock market, Apple is down. Disney is down. Let's look at the actual indexes. Tesla is still hanging around that $185 mark. Well, the S&P is almost down a percentage though. So a percentage. No. Up almost a percentage. I'm sorry. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign to keep us in bullish momentum for the crypto market. But let's go back to Bitcoin. Let's just watch Bitcoin and see what Bitcoin does. I actually want to get a trade in, but I have to figure out somewhere where to get a trade in for Bitcoin 53. Okay, so we're breaking out. So this is my procedure. This is my process. We're breaking out. So what I want to see now is I want to see us hold this downward sloping trend line, this top of the symmetrical triangle, as support. So we're going to look at that. So what we're going to do, we're going to snipe in. Let's pull up some of my indicators. Let's widen this out so we can get a little bit more of a sniper view. Okay. So, okay. There we go. 43,500. Bitcoin's trying to move. Bitcoin is trying to move. 43.5. up a percent. So like I said, my overall plan is to figure out how we interact with the top of this trend line here. That'll be my next trade, uh, my next swing trade for the most part. See how we interact with this $44,500 level. So right now we're at 43.5. So if we go up another $1,000, that is where I will be honed in and seeing how we interact with this, with the top of that trend line, the top of the channel. Like I said, if we go back, it's really this simple. A lot of people come on YouTube and they try to make things a lot more complicated than they really are. It's really not that complicated. We are in a range, 40,400 or 500, give or take, 44,500, 400, give or take. So we're just in this range right now. It's really that simple. Sometimes in trading and investing and things like that, you have so many people with all these different charts, all these different indicators that are just basically the same indicators with different names and different colors and a different way to come to the same conclusion. You just gotta, sometimes you gotta step back, keep it simple. Like I used to try to put all those indicators and use all those indicators and do all that. Right now, especially in a bullish market, I use a few patterns. I use sentiment and I use price action. Those are the ones that are going to get you money in a bull run. Like when it's a bearish momentum or in a bear market, it's a lot harder. It's definitely a lot harder. But in a bull run, you want to just cut out all the noise and you want to focus on just certain things that, you know, will bring you maximum profits. So that's what I said. That's what I focus on. I only focus on a few things. And I got that actually from Forex. So I learned how to trade from Forex, learned how to invest in the stock market. And then I just brought all of those skills over to crypto. And you know, that's definitely my story. That's definitely, you know, how I got involved in those two things. So I didn't start in crypto. I started in the stocks, you know, Forex, but you know, I just converted over to crypto. But I've been trading stocks. Like Nvidia has been easy to trade. If you've been watching my videos, you see we got an Nvidia at 407. It was at like 480 or 450. I said we're gonna get a pullback. We're probably gonna come down to about 400, 407. And we're going to get probably a nice little rocket off. And that was 3 months ago. That was in October. I remember that specifically. So we got in NVIDIA, and we've been riding NVIDIA all the way up. I think NVIDIA probably could go to 1,000. So we're going to hold and see what that, you know, see what NVIDIA does. But right now, what I'm looking at for Bitcoin in the shorter term time frame. So we already gave you the levels to look for, you know, the top of the range 44.5, the bottom of the range 40,500. But now we're in this symmetrical triangle and we're trying to break out and hold this and retest this. So when you're in a smaller term time frame or a smaller time frame, you want to zoom in. Right now I'm on a 15-minute. So what I'll be looking for is a breakout. See, a lot of people would have broke out of this and now they're underwater. You know, they would have, let's zoom in. Let's actually make this a little bit bigger. They would have broke. See, if they would have drawn this how I drew it, and now they would have, you know, they would have, some people just would have longed right here, the breakout. But see, the safer play to do, because trading is all about risk management and not losing money. It's not losing money. So what I want to see, what I would want to see personally for my trading strategy, my trading plan, let's say we broke out of this right here. And then I would want to see some type of consolidation or retest of this line to use this, flip this. We call it the SR flip, support resistance flip. Use this as support, and then we can blast up. And then I'll be targeting this $44,500 level. So that's just what I'll be looking at. A lot of people have different strategies. A lot of people have different ways that they trade. So it's really not a right or a wrong way to trade. It's just a lot of people come on here and they try to act like, you know, their way is the best or another way is the best. It's like, it's just, you find what works for you, find what strategy works for you, and perfect your strategy, perfect it. Like with Bitcoin and whatnot, especially in a bull run, especially in the bull market, I've been here since 2020. Like I've seen my portfolio go all the way up to the six figures, come all the way back down. I see my trading thing, my blowing massive amounts in my trading account, just blowing account. So now I can, because I was, what was I doing? I was trying to do different strategies. I was listening to a bunch of people online, listening to a bunch of YouTubers who really don't know what they're talking about. They just, you know, a lot of these people make their money off of you watching and you buying their courses and buying their, doing all this. They're really not making money doing this trading. This trading is really a beast. You know what I mean? You got to be built for it. So you just got to find what works for you and just perfect it. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. So, what I'm doing right now, my strategy is I am trading, and then a lot of the profits I'm just rolling back into my investment portfolio. Of course, I'm paying bills and whatnot, but a lot of times I'm just re-putting it into my trading account and letting it compound over time. But crypto, man, right now it's just so many different ways to make some money, so many different ways to make a lot of money. Well, not a lot. Well, we don't know yet. Just depend on how far it goes up. But there's so many ways to make free money. So many ways to make different amounts of money, and it's just you gotta just put the time in, put the work in. Okay, now look. Now let's see what happens. So we just broke out. Now we broke out. This is the breakout. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna zoom in to the 5 minute, and now I want to see a retest. We can probably even zoom into the 1 minute, but it's just like, let's actually zoom into the 3 minute. So we're looking for a retest of this downward sloping trend line. So if I see a retest, like I said, that would be a good place to long, and then see if we can start, make our way back up to this 44,500 mark. I mean, it may not retest, but that's how I trade. So if it didn't retest, I wouldn't trade it. If it did retest and held, then I would trade it. So right now we're getting a nice little pump. I want to see how this reacts, because we got all the way up to, okay, now we pushing 43,700. So now I want to see us come back to about 43,500, hold that, and then see if we can blast off. So let's see what happens with Bitcoin. Altcoins are moving as well. Chainlink is up, XRP up a little bit. Everything's going up except for ADA. Caspa is still up, same amount. Let's go down the risk curve. Room had a nice move a couple weeks ago. Quant, a lot of people have been sleeping on Quant. They haven't been talking about Quant like that. So I think Quant is an easy 10x. I think that's going to 1,000. But that narrative, everybody's on like the AI DPN narrative right now. So a lot of people are not in tune to that narrative right now. What's up 80%? What is this? IDU. What the ID? I have no idea what that is. It's up 80% today though. Wow. This is why you got to be in tune, man. This is why you got to be in tune to the markets. Let's go back to Bitcoin. We're going to watch Bitcoin for a minute, see what happens. But like I said, Bitcoin, let's zoom back out so I can show you what I've been doing. Welcome. If you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe on the way in. I go by FD White, aka Crypto Funds. Welcome to the CFC, the Crypto Funds community, where we keep everything nice and simple, and we try to make money, and we're trying to change our life with this, man. That's the goal. So this is what I was looking at. So right now Bitcoin was in this symmetrical triangle. We had upper sloping trend line, downward sloping trend line. We broke out. So now what I want to see is us hold this area here, hold this downward sloping trend line here. So a retest of about 43,500, and then come up to my high point of the range, which I've been looking at for a couple weeks at about 44,500. Like I said, the low end of the range is at 40,500. So like I said, a lot of people on YouTube are going to come. They're going to show you all these different indicators, show you all this. No, let's keep it simple. We're just in a range right now. Top is the red. That's resistance. The bottom is green. That's support. We hit that, came down like ping pong. Anytime it goes out, that's called a deviation. Anytime it goes below, it's called a deviation. But for the most part, we just been playing ping pong in between these two. So that's why I came up with that range. So now we're basically in the middle. We call this the POC, the point of control. This is where we were at. We held the POC right here, basically. Now we're looking like we might be headed to the top of the range. So if we come to the top of the range, this is a resistance. So we might get rejected. If we break out, we hold that as support, then we can make our way back up to about 49K. I'm thinking 49 to 50K. So that's what I've been looking at for like the past 2 to 3 weeks for Bitcoin to do. But it's just a lot of things that's been happening. A lot of people were bearish once we dropped. I think it was like below 40. We were at like the low 42s again. People get bearish again. I think people were super bearish around this area here. We got real bearish around this area here. This was what, last week on the 1st. But like, in crypto, you got to put your emotions to the side. That's the main thing. If I can give anybody any advice, because I've been here since 2020, like I said, if I can give you any advice, if you on app, I'm sure you're probably on X. I'm sure you're probably on, all these different sites where people are talking about crypto. So much going on. It's just so many different narratives, so many different things going on in crypto. Take a deep breath, take a step back, figure out which lane or a couple lanes you want to go in and go down those lanes and just relax, because this is nothing. This is nothing. I'm trying to tell you, when the bull market is here, when the bull market was here, I wasn't able to sleep for real. I wasn't able to like interact with people for real because my portfolio was just going up, up, up. It was just so much going on, so many different things going on, so many different coins, meme coin mania, layer 1s, layer 2, just so much mania. The mania phase is going to be nuts. You hear it now, you hear early. So congratulations, because this is nothing. This is nothing, man. You see like, 6%, 3%, 2%, 2%. We had a little taste of what's going to happen at the beginning of the year when Bitcoin started its ascension from 25K and those altcoins started blasting off. But I'm telling you, you're going to see coins going up 2, 3, 400% a day, 30% here, 40% here. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. And you're here now and you're putting in the work and you're looking, even if you don't do TA, even if you're just looking, for some coins, for some narratives to start putting some money in. You here early, and I'm trying to tell you, everybody trying to say you're a little bit late. No, you early. You are early. The halving hasn't even happened yet. So congratulations, man, because this is gonna be life changing if you put the work in. Gotta put the work in. You gotta put the work in. See, me, I used to be looking at the charts, doing so much investigation, research, doing my own due diligence. Hours and hours and hours. I'm not saying you got to put all these hours in, but I mean, I was engulfed in it. I'm still engulfed in it, but I try to have some sort of life outside of crypto. I do have 3 sons and a wife, so I try to manage my time a little bit better. But when that bull market come, my wife already know what time it is. She know that I'm gonna be locked in. Like everything's gonna be just going at a fast pace, and I gotta be locked in. Because I know the mistakes that I made last time, especially in 2021, at the end of 2021, when I was listening to everybody thinking Bitcoin was going to 100,000, my portfolio was at multiple 6 figures, and then it just went downhill from there. So I learned a lot from that, and that's why I came on YouTube to try to help people. I do TA. I come and I talk about different coins and whatnot. I try to give my best analysis of what I see. But for the most part, I'm just trying to help people learn from my mistakes, because if you in crypto right now, if you are invested, if you got a nice little allocation to any of these coins, especially the ones that have some type of good narrative behind them, good fundamentals, good team, just things like that, good community, you're going to be up a lot. That's not the thing. That's not the thing though. The thing is keeping those gains. Keeping those gains is the hard part, man. Keeping those gains is the hard part. And the hardest part is to sell. I'm trying to tell you, the hardest part is to sell, man. So, okay. So look, let's go back to Bitcoin though. Remember how I said we got to have 43,500 area hold? So we just came back down. My point exactly on the live. So this is what I'm looking at right now. Let's go to the 3 minute. Let's zoom in. See how I said about a retest? This is how simple it could be. This is, people try to make it more complicated than it is. We broke out. This is why I said, wait a minute. Now we're getting a retest. Are we going to hold? Not looking like we're holding. So if we come back in this range, in this symmetrical triangle, we're probably going to come back down to this area here at about 43,200. We didn't hold. See, it's really that simple. Like everybody tries to make everything so complicated. It's really not complicated. It's all about probability. So if I'm looking at this area right now, and I will look at the candle, see how the candle closes. So it's looking like, if you look at this candle here, So this is called like a hammer candle. So we'll see how this candle closes in 3 minutes. Well, that candle closed bullish. So let's see how this one closes. Let's see how this was coming in. The sellers tried to pull it down, but the buyers kept it, kept it around it. So we'll see. So that was a pretty good close here for that 3 minute candle. So now what I'm looking at is to see how this candle, if this one is going to keep the bullish momentum. So right now we're at 43,475. So I want to see this area hold. And if you have, this is another tool that I use called the VRVP, Visual Range Volume Profile. This is just basically looking at support and resistance without drawing lines. So you see this right here? You see this area here where we're holding? This basically support right here, the area that I said, this line right here. So you see this gap? If we lose this area, this gap where the least volume was traded in this range, we're going to fall back down to about 43,280, 300, 43,300. That's what I'm saying. But looks like we're holding, like I said. So we'll see if we hold this area. That's why I told you when we break out, wait for what? Wait for a retest. It looks like we're retesting now, so we got to see. So what would I do right now if I was trading this? Let's look at the volume. So we had a lot of volume on the breakout, but that volume is decreasing. So when you have a breakout and you're not getting that follow-up volume, that's not a good sign. That's not a really good sign. Let's go to the 5 minute. So so right now on the 5 minute, we're retesting. So we're going to see how this plays out right here. We're still holding around it, 43,450, like I said. So we'll see how the bulls and the bears fight at this area right here. But you see the volume. We got that nice breakout right here, but we're not holding that as support. I mean, we're not maintaining that volume, that power. We got the breakout, but we need to see this power. We need to see this volume. In order for a breakout to usually happen, we need to see this volume stay heavy. You know what I mean? We need to see it stay heavy, and it's not really staying heavy. It seems like it's tapering off. So we're going to keep our eye out on this. To see if Bitcoin can remain strong, Bitcoin can remain steady. But we'll come back to Bitcoin in a minute. Let's talk about Solana, because Solana is an anomaly in the crypto space. Solana is very bullish. I know they just said they were coming out with their Solana 2 phone. I was about to order it yesterday, but I stopped myself. I'm going to think about it, think if I want to order it or not. So we'll see about that. I think they said they already had like 60,000 pre-orders. So my whole reasoning behind not getting it is, okay, a lot of people, I don't know how many people had the Solana first, the Solana 1, the Saga 1. See, no, now we're dumping. We didn't hold. Bitcoin didn't hold. See, it's that simple. Now all those people who long the breakout are underwater. That's why it's simple. It's really that simple. It's not always that simple, but my strategy, if I would have stuck to my strategy, I wouldn't have longed this. Because now we're dumping. Everybody who longed the breakout, now they're underwater. So we'll just have to see what Bitcoin does. But back to Solana though, like I said, I seen it was like 60,000 people who had pre-ordered the Saga 2. So I don't know if the rewards, like if so many people have it and they got all these airdrops, like the more people are in tune to these airdrops, in tune to these, these networks and whatnot, the less amount you're going to get. It's still kind of free money. You probably still make your money back. I think it was like $4.99 or $4.50. So I might just do it anyway. Just to, have something, a crypto phone. I got Helium Mobile already. I got Helium on 2 phones. I got Helium on my iPhone and I got Helium on my trading phone on my Galaxy Fold. And I think I'm already up a couple $100, and I just got that the beginning of January. So that's all predicated on how high Helium goes. But I think, or mobile, that's the token that you get, the rewards that you get. But I think all that's going to do good. DPN is really like the narrative right now. DPN really, really cold right now. You know what I mean? So, Alex O, hey. Yeah, Alex O, my guy, man. What's up, Mark Dutch? Yeah, man. Alex O, man. Shout out to Alex O, man. Alex O, you know what? I did my research on Alex, man. He he been consistent, and he's been doing live streams like almost every day. He's been very consistent. Great TA guy. Seems like a great guy. He usually puts these quotes out, in the mornings on Twitter or X. So shout out to him, man. I wish him the much success. He's gonna be big in the bull run when the bull run starts. So make sure you follow him. Go over on Alex O Crypto. Make sure you follow him. I learned a lot from him. I learned a lot from these guys. That's what I like to. I don't really watch too many YouTubers no more, but the ones that I do watch, I like to learn a lot from them. Well, those are the ones that I do watch, the ones that I can learn a lot from. Because there's not too many that I can learn a lot from anymore. It's not too much more that I can learn, but when it comes to like different narratives and whatnot, yes. Or when some of these guys do real good deep dives on airdrops. Some of these guys are really well-rounded when it comes to trading. So those are the type of people that I follow now. I don't really have time to really watch too many other people. I started off really watching BitBoy, man, in like 2020. BitBoy really, when he was on top of his game, he really showed me, the power of crypto. But I don't really watch too many people, no more. But it's a lot of good, especially some of these smaller channels, man. It's a lot of good people out here who really doing a lot of good things, man. But Mark Dutch, man, thank you for watching, man. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for watching, man. And welcome, man. This is the CFC Crypto Funds community, man. We gotta, I'm just here. I'm just a dude from Detroit, man. I learned how to do all this by myself. Trial and error. I took all my pandemic money. This is my quick story, and then we'll get back to the charts. I took all my pandemic money and invested it into crypto. First it was stocks. Then I'm like, I don't like stocks. It's kind of boring. Then I put it in crypto after watching Da Vinci's video. Shout out to Da Vinci, man. Talking about buying Bitcoin at $1. Oh, what's up, Lewis, man? Luis or Lewis? I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Yeah, learning from your mistakes, man, and definitely learning from your mistakes, man. That's so. A lot of times, I'll get back to the other story in a minute, but a lot of times, man, it takes 2 bull runs in order to really make it big. Because that first bull run, you don't know what to do, and then that second bull run, you kind of know and learn from your mistakes. So that's one of the things that I'm going to try to implement this bull run. So I'm ready, man. I'm super ready. I'm so ready, and I'm excited. I'm really excited, and I really haven't been like really trading like that. I've been taking like easier plays. Like if I see something that's, the narrative is very strong, or I see the community strong or growing, I'll jump into it for like a day or two. But like long-term holds, I haven't really bought anything yet. Not really. I bought a lot at the end of Q4 going into this massive run. Once we broke 30,000, I'm like, okay, Bitcoin's about to make a massive run. I start buying. But like this year, like late January, early February, I haven't really been buying anything. But if we get a massive pullback, which may happen, then I'm going to. I have a few dollars on the sideline to jump into some coins that I missed out on. Yeah, man. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. I will definitely keep it up. I want to keep going live a lot more. I feel like live is a lot better than making recorded videos, But we'll see. Bitcoin back at 43,500. So like I said, we got the bulls and the bears fighting at this level right here, like I talked about. So it's really just a battle right now. It's a battle. It's all it is. All this trading is a battle of bulls and bears. So if you're a bear, you're hoping we get rejected here. If you're a bull, then you're hoping we hold this as support and we can continue our ascension back up to 44,500. So, that's what I was talking about, Solana. So back to Solana, man. We're going to keep our eye out on Bitcoin. But back to Solana. So Solana, like I said, we had that news yesterday that came out. They were down like 6 hours or whatnot. We're in it to make money. How many people really care that the Solana network went down? I mean, I kind of care, because I got funds all, on Solana. I got some decentralized things going on and some staking and whatnot going on. And I'm also heavy into the Solana's ecosystem. But for the most part, if it's just somebody from the outside looking in, nobody cares. Obviously it's showing that they really don't care. If this was any other blockchain, probably we would have probably got a Monero type sell off. You know, shout out to Monero, man. They're trying to really shut down privacy coins, but we would have got something like that. But you know, we went down like, I think it was like 4%, and we bounced right back. So Solana is back at $97, and we could do some Solana charting right quick. So let's go out of here. So Solana, I closed my Solana trade. So this is how I make it easy. This is how easy I make it. So I drew, you can go back. I keep all receipts, all my videos. You can see all my videos. A couple weeks ago when I said we were in this symmetrical triangle, I said, if Solana breaks down, we're probably going to $75 to $79. And we were at like 90. I think we were somewhere in here. We end up breaking down. I think Bitcoin had that nice little sell-off. We broke down. I bought here. I had this drawn way before we even broke down. I bought it here at about $78.91. I got it marked off. And I rolled it all the way up. And then I had my stop loss set here at about $99. So I got stopped out somewhere in this area for a nice gain, though. For a nice little gain. So it was one of them things where, you know, like I said, I'm just mainly using price action. Sometimes I'll hop on Market Cypher, you know, shout out to Crypto Face, man. I might use Market Cypher. I might use, you know, a few other indicators. But for the most part, I'm using price action, and I'm using these visual range volume profiles. These volume profiles, they really help me a lot. Like, I don't even have to draw lines when I have the VRVP on. I can just kind of see it. And once you get in tune to the market, once you kind of know charts, you really don't have to draw nothing. You could it's kind of like the Matrix. You know, remember how Neo was just like seeing things like that? It's like once you get in tune to these charts and in tune to the market, you could just kind of just look at a chart, and you can just you can see fat patterns forming. You can see price action. You can see support and resistance. You can see just different things, you know, and it's just like one of those things where it's just time in the market, and time on the charts is what actually is very beneficial, just like anything, you know, just like anything. So we got in at about $78.91, and then we rolled it up. We got stopped out at $99. So my next area that I'll be looking for, I mean, I could have longed here. Like, we had a touch here, we had a touch here, and then we had that news. We went down, and we didn't even break this. That shows you the strength of Solana right now. That shows you the strength of Solana, that we didn't even break that. We didn't even break that that support line right here, and the whole darn blockchain went down, and we didn't break that. I'm bullish on Solana. What you mean, Mark? Fine tune it. Let me know. I definitely will if you let me know. So I just usually, this is what I'm used to. So if you can, if you can tell me another way how to, fine tune a little bit, but I can just see everything I need to see from this right here. I know you probably mean like condense it to make the lines more, but for me and my strategy right now, I can just kind of just look at this, and I can kind of see the areas that I want to, that are support and resistance. If you hear a baby screaming, that's my youngest. He's at terrible twos right now. Your roll size 260. Okay, yeah, okay. I'll try that. But see, I usually do this. I'll like just zoom in because I usually use it on higher term time frame. So if you use it on a higher term time frame, then you can kind of see it a little bit better. But yeah, 260 is not. Yeah, 260 will make it probably a lot easier to read. I will try that in a second. What else we looking at? Oh, this is what I want. So I made a video about Caspa a couple days ago. So Caspa is just really in a nice, massive falling wedge, or we can call it a bull flag or whatnot. So that's one of the things that I'm looking for. So I'm not trading this right now. I'm either going to buy at 2 points. I'm going to buy at 2 points. I think this is going to have a massive bull run. I think this is going to be a massive coin in the future. FRVP volume 100. I'm going to check that. Yeah. I'm going to check it out. Yeah, I'll check the FRVP. I will check that out. So this is okay. So this is what I'm looking at. My two scenarios for Caspa. So seems like we're pumping. I'm going to see how we interact up here at this resistance line, at this resistance top for this downward sloping trend line. If we can come up and break out, I'll be looking for a massive move out of KAS, because then we're going to be in price discovery. I think this was like the all-time high, maybe 15 cents. So if we break this, we probably have some type of resistance coming in, in this area here. But I'm looking for a massive move, maybe 100% move or more, if we can break out of here, especially if Bitcoin can act right, especially if Bitcoin can, reclaim 44K. So this is how I move. I go off Bitcoin because, Bitcoin usually moves the market. Not always. You might have some outliers, but Bitcoin usually moves the market. So if Bitcoin gets above 44,500 and holds that as support, then alts are going to fly again. So that's what I'll be looking at. So I know if Bitcoin gets to 44,500, holds that as support, I'm immediately going to altcoins, especially ones that I already have like setups for. I'm going here, and I don't know for a fact, but I'm a high probability that a lot of these setups that have been brewing for a nice amount of time are going to pop off. So one of my top ones that I'm looking at is Casper. I'm expecting Casper to either break out here, hold that, and blast up. I'm really not a measured move guy, but I know a lot of people take the pole and then they put it here. I don't know if you put it here, but I just put it there just for, shits and giggles. So let's just say we go to 30 cents. So I'm gonna make a nice amount if we break out and go up, even if we go to 20, 30 cents, somewhere up there, I know I'm gonna make a nice amount because I'm gonna put a heavy amount into that trade, that Casper trade. Because I think, you remember how this was one of the first movers when we really start moving. Casper was one of the ones. Luis, man, thanks for stopping in, man. Lunchtime is over. Yeah. Hope you ate good, man. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time. But Casper was one of the first ones that really moved when the market started moving. So I'm expecting this to have a massive move. It's overdue. It's definitely overdue. And it's just been taking, like, if we can look at this, we see we had this head, shoulder. We broke down. We held this as support though. Came back up. We was in this range here. We held this range. It's all about ranges and taking the stairs up. And we came back down here. Had a nice little dip here, but then now we're just coming down. And we've been in this consolidation phase since November. So as the market was going up, the rest of the market was going up, Casper was chilling. So it basically moved, before the whole market started moving, really. So it's overdue for a move. So I'm expecting Casper to come and make a nice little move fairly soon. AVAX did pretty well too. We got in AVAX at $11 and $9. Like I said, you can check all my videos like from about a year ago. I think I called this in April of 2023. I said if it goes back to $10, we're loading the bag. We loaded the bag. We got a nice little rally up to about $50. And now it's just really just consolidating in this area here. So I'm looking at AVAX right now. I'm not really trading AVAX. I'm looking at AVAX as a long-term hold. I think AVAX has a bright future, especially the AVAX ecosystem. So I want to do a little bit more research on the AVAX ecosystem, but I do own a lot. This is one of my biggest positions, AVAX. So I'm hoping AVAX can at least 10x from here. At least 10x from here. That'll be good. That'll be what, 350? That's definitely doable for AVAX. So how I'm doing my portfolio, I have maybe 3 or 4 coins that I want to 10x, maybe 2 or 3 that I think could 20 to 30x, and then I have degenerate plays, which are, the ones that under like 15, 20, $30 million market cap. I might do a video talking about them one day, but sometimes, those are so high risk, and I don't want to put it out there if I don't think, it's going to make, I'm not too sure about it. I'm just, aping in and being a total degenerate, because in crypto, we can't really bring that stock market mentality over. We got to really be degenerates, when it comes to crypto. in order to make those life-changing gains. So, some of the altcoins, they're still doing pretty good today. They're doing pretty good today, so we're going to keep our eye out on that. Like I said, we're going to keep our eye out on Bitcoin. We're going to give it a few more minutes and see what Bitcoin does. Bitcoin looks like we're holding that 43,500. So we'll see what happens. I want to see how this 4-hour candle closes. We got 2 hours. So we're going to have probably like a nice little battle in this area. But I want to see how this 4-hour candle close. When is the hourly? So we just had an hour candle close. Okay. The hourly candle closed in this area. So that was pretty good. So I want to see how this 4-hour candle closes. Because I'm really not trying to do any scalps or whatnot today. I really want to just look at these two levels here. Those are the two levels that I'm looking at. So we will see about that. And we'll just have to be patient. Be patient. A lot of times it's just about being patient. A lot of times it's just about, sitting on your hands, man. Sometime in crypto, it goes like this. Sometimes you got to sit on your hands. But you always got to be in tune to the market. You always have to be in tune to the market. But you're sitting on your hands. It's like if you're a basketball player. If you get in the game, you prepared. If you get in the game, you can come in, you can score, easily. You can score easily. But sometimes you got to sit on your hands. You got to sit on your hands and wait your turn. That's how crypto is. Sometimes we just be chilling. And then the market just start moving. It's like, okay, come on, get in the game. And you get in the game and you make your gains. And then you got to sit on your hands again. A lot of people overtrade. A lot of people overinvest. A lot of people just give back the money that they made because they're overdoing it. You can't overdo it, man. Slow and steady wins the race. But when it's time to move, you got to be ready. You have to be ready. Crypto is not really like a part-time thing. You got to be in tune to this market. You have to be in tune to this market. You got to be in tune to what's going on. You got to be in tune to the sentiment. You got to really dedicate a lot of time. I'm not going to say dedicate your life because I'm not like a crypto evangelist, but you really have to dedicate a lot of time to this if you really want to make life-changing wealth. I'm not talking about making millions and millions of dollars. Millions and millions of dollars is not life-changing wealth to a lot of people. Like life-changing wealth could be like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. How many people can say they really just touched $50,000, at one time before? Like that could be life-changing. It could be life-changing in the way that it changed your perception about money. Like my whole perception about money has changed. Like I remember working and getting up, going to work, and at the end of the week, I look at my hours, then I look at my paycheck, and it's like, okay, yeah, I did this. I worked overtime. I did all this. I got this amount of money. Here comes crypto, man. One day, I was on the charts for a couple hours, and I made what I make in 2 months. And it was like, oh, my God, my whole perception of money is just changed. It's a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse. So crypto, man, is definitely one of the ways to get you where you want to go. Remember I did a show with Wendy O and Gary Cardone. Wendy O was like the first person who let me get on, first person with a big platform to let me come on her channel. It was me, Gary Cardone, and her. And they were just shocked. Like they were amazed, like how knowledgeable I was. I'm like, yeah, I'm just always in tune to the market. It's not like I'm just some super smart guy. Like I said, I'm just a regular kid from Detroit, but I'm just always in tune to the market. I'm always looking. I'm always watching. I'm always soaking in information. I'm always like listening to something, even if I'm driving, I'm listening to something, and your brain just retains these things. You don't think you know them. You don't think you're learning them, but your brain is retaining them. You gotta invest your time and invest your mental and your energy into it, and it'll pay off, man. It'll pay off when it's time. And like I said, everybody here it's early, and we're gonna get to it, man. We're gonna get to it. So before I wrap it up and get out of here, man, I appreciate everybody excuse me, for coming and watching for my first live stream in a long time. It's fun. I really like live streaming, so we're gonna keep this going. But right now, like I said, keep your eye out on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is at 43,500 basically. I do not like this candle on the 4 hour. Looks like the bulls pulled it up bears pulled it back down. So we got to see how it closes in an hour and 50 minutes. But if we do come back down here, I may look for some sort of scalp long back into this, while we're back in that channel. But, I'm not getting excited, or I'm not starting to worry until one of these two lines are breached. Either 40,400 or 500, breakdown, retest, breakdown to 38K, or the more probable that I think in the immediate short term would be a breakout above 44,500, retest, and then make our way back to about 49 or 50K. If that happens, alts will fly. So make sure you have all your altcoins that you're looking at on your radar, because if that happens, if we break out 44,500, hold that as support, alts are gonna have a nice massive run again. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I just wanted to come and thanks, man. Mark Dutch, I'll see you in a minute. I will definitely take your advice about that volume profile. I'm actually going to do it after I get offline, and I want everybody to have a blessed day. Let's get to this money. Stay in tune to the markets, and I will see you guys in a minute. Appreciate you for watching. Peace.